Hi, y'all.
Hi.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. Eid Mubarak. Well, I have good news and I have bad news. The bad, you're hungry. It's past your dinner time. And you have yet another speaker. But this one isn't a politician. It's worse, he's a lawyer. The good news, he's the last speaker. And I promise he'll be short. Well, if not short, he'll be fast. To the esteemed guests, to our generous hosts, and to each of you, greetings and welcome. It's wonderful to come together in this celebration of our community that we call our town. It wasn't so long ago that a communion of this sort would not have happened. The winds of change move us, don't they? Yes. Yes. Thank you for allowing me the privilege of spending a few minutes, emphasis on few, to share some thoughts on giving. That is to say, gifting, and I include volunteering in this idea, time-honored and which transcends culture and class and religion and gender and politics and geography. There's likely no other tradition more universal across time and culture as giving. Social practices, think holidays, birthdays, special occasions. These make it easy to give and receive gifts. And there are well-documented reasons why we like to do this. Giving makes us happy. When people give to charities, it activates regions of the brain associated with pleasure, social connection, and trust. Scientists also believe that altruistic behavior releases endorphins in the brain. Giving is good for our health. Generosity and volunteerism have been shown in multiple studies to increase health benefits in those with chronic illnesses and to decrease stress, thereby ensuring longevity. Giving promotes cooperation and social connection. When you give, you are more likely to get back. That is, your generosity will be rewarded. These exchanges promote a sense of trust and cooperation that strengthen our ties to others. Having positive social interactions is good to physical and mental health. Giving evokes gratitude. Whether you're on the giving or receiving end of a gift, that gift can elicit feelings of gratitude. It can be a way of expressing gratitude or instilling gratitude in the recipient. And research has found that gratitude, gratefulness, is integral to happiness, health, and social bonds. And as well, cultivating gratitude in everyday life is one of life's keys to happiness. See? Best of all, giving is contagious. Giving is like tossing a pebble into the pond and watching the ripples. The giver benefits, and the recipient does too. And as a result, is motivated to pass it on. And so too is the next recipient, and so on and so on. The ripples can become countless. And research has shown that even observers of acts of giving, not just the giver and the recipient themselves, are inspired to generosity. All that said then, it might seem evident, even obvious, that we as individuals and communities as a whole receive tangible benefits from giving and volunteering. It's good for us, right? Well, my own professional and personal experience, especially volunteering my legal representation of the Islamic Center of Murfreesboro during, may I say, challenging times, is a resounding yes, it is rewarding. My relationship with the mosque and its members began fortuitously, without planning nor forethought, nor consideration by me of what it might mean, either positively or otherwise. And I do not know whether my choices would have been the same had I considered possible ramifications. What ramifications? Well, among the negative ones were insults and criticisms to my face by colleagues and friends of my family, people I'd known in Murfreesboro for decades. There were anonymous messages to my office threatening vandalism and violence, even a couple of death threats. Would I have given of my time and energy and professional experience had I known beforehand that these things might happen? Well, I honestly can't answer that. I would like to think that I would have. What I know, though, is this. From whatever place in my heart this impulse arises. I reached out to Salih Spinati, and through him to Sheikh Osama, and through him to Abdul Khatib, and through him to numerous others in cumulative and congregational acts of giving, volunteering, gifting. I reached across misperceived boundaries of faith, politics, culture, sometimes to the dismay and consternation of those closest to me who refused to understand. And by that reaching, I found many, many others, just like me, willing, eager to reach out, to give, to gift, if you will, of their time, their talent, their tithe. Much was accomplished, often in the face of challenging adversity. Friendships were formed, lives were changed, enduring bonds of love and commitment have been sustained. And what greater accomplishment in community can there be than connection, communication, and relationship? I say none. And that brings us all here, doesn't it? Moved by the winds of change, our hearts opened by generosity, our lives enriched in fellowship and community, we come together to celebrate gift givers. Thank you to each and every one of you for all you have done and will continue to do. I'll leave you with this. Give. Give freely. Give generously. Give often. We are all the better for it. Giving fosters love, and love changes lives. Thank you.